Thanks, guys. My voice might be a little raspy today, but that's not going to stop me from talking about Hawkeye sports. The Hawkeye wrestling team took a major tumble against Oklahoma State, losing 27-12. And one thing rings true, the Hawks did not control their pace of most of their matches. With more on this coveted Hawkeye pace, here's wrestling beat reporter John Rohden.
When people think of Iowa wrestling, they think of speed. And head coach Tom Brands knows how important it is for his wrestlers to do their thing.
It's always important to dictate the pace of the match. It's always important to set the tone. Again, it doesn't matter what year it is or what opponent it is, something that we have been implementing or trying to implement, certainly communicating to our guys. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. Go out there, impose your will, and score points.
And when Brands talks about scoring points, it's easy to look at the leading man, Austin DeSanta.
I mean, I'm not really a pinner, so yeah, I mean, scoring points is my thing, I guess, so yeah.
However, level-headed sophomore Alex Marinelli knows it's important to keep the intensity down off the mat so they can be rip-roaring on the mat.
But you also don't want to get to your head a little bit and get too amped up. Like I said, you got to stay in your match, and if Spencer Lee's got a tight match, an overtime match, you can't get up and go crazy for him, because that's not going to do anything for you.
The Hawkeyes look to maintain this speed and energy as now the dual season is over and championship season is right around the corner. Reporting from Carver Hawkeye Arena, this has been Jonathan Rossen, DITV Sports.
The team has a couple weeks off before Big Tens as they look to roll that pace into championship season. Now moving from Carver Hawkeye to snow-capped Dwayne Banks, the Hawkeye baseball team has opened up their season, and DITV Sports Director Lucy Rohden is live in the newsroom with more. Good morning, Lucy.
Good morning, Kim.
So Lucy, the baseball team is 2 weeks into their season, and pitching was a big question mark coming into this year. What have we seen from the Iowa pitchers thus far?
Well, you're definitely right when you said that pitching, it was a very big question mark coming into this season. Iowa lost their Friday starter, Nick Allgaier, their Saturday starter, Brady Chanuel, and then one of the most consistent relievers they've ever seen at Iowa in Zach Daniels. So we were all a little worried coming into this season, but those questions have been answered. Grant Judkins came in and was the National Pitcher of the Week against Hawaii last week, where he pitched 6 innings with no hits and 11 strikeouts. Now it's looking like he's going to be the Sunday guy this year. We can have Cole McDonald on the Friday night spot, which he had the Sunday starting role last year, and then Jack Dreyer fitting in on Saturday. So right now we're looking pretty consistent. We're still going to have to see who kind of takes that midweek role, but I wouldn't be too worried about Iowa pitching this year.
I know Iowa gained a lot of baseball pitchers from other schools this year, but they also lost a lot of big hitters coming into this season. Has that been a problem so far?
That hasn't been a problem so far. I mean, when you lose a Robert Newsroom, a Tyler Cropley, obviously you're not going to see those home runs that you're seeing last year, those power hitters. And that's what Coach Heller said at Media Day. He said, we're not going to have a guy who's going to hit 15 home runs this year, but we are going to have a very well-rounded lineup, and that's what we've seen so far. We've seen really good performances from Ben Norman, which we can expect, Mitchell Bowe, Tanner Wheatrich, all solid options. The only thing worth noting is that on Friday, Chris Whalen, who's I would say is Iowa's most consistent hitter coming into the season, went down with an injury, so we don't really know what that entails, what's that means for him going forward. He has been hurt by injuries in the past. He spent a couple games last year out with several injuries, so hopefully we'll see Whalen back in that roster. But honestly, Iowa hitting's looking pretty solid right now. They're off to a good start this season, sitting at 4-3, and they're going to have a huge challenge going to Oklahoma State this weekend.
At least they're getting out of the cold temperatures. Lucy Rohden live in the newsroom. Thank you. While baseball might be beginning, one sport is in its final quarter. The Iowa women's basketball team is prepping for tourney time. And while the focus is set there, the Hawkeyes have a bright future ahead. DITV women's basketball beat reporter Zach Logan has more on a hometown freshman.
Logan Cook was born and raised in Iowa City and has watched the Hawkeyes ever since she was a little girl. And for her to now play for the team is a dream come true.
It's like everything I ever imagined. Like, we have a great group of seniors leading us and a great group of upperclassmen, and I feel like the transition went really smoothly. Everyone was so welcoming and nice the day I got here. And I luckily came in with 3 other great girls, 3 other great freshmen, and we're just best friends now, so it's been really fun.
While Cook has a long career to go as a Hawkeye, she hopes to continue to improve mentally and physically throughout the season.
It's just improving every day in practice and in the strength room, getting stronger. Just learning from the great group of upperclassmen we have. I mean, it's a lot of fun watching them in practice and see how well they excel, just learning from them and hopefully keep improving my game.
For Cook to be able to achieve her goals, she has the support of the entire team right behind her.
Looking at everything Megan and Hannah would do, and then when I switched to guard, Tanaya, Mackenzie, Lexi, so just Kathleen, it's like everyone on the team, like just learning from all the posts and guards and getting the chance to kind of learn from both.
Reporting from Carver Hawkeye Arena, this has been Zachary Lohman with Daily Iowan TV Sports.
That's all for me in the sports studio. John and Cindy at the desk, back to you.